Okay, we're going to look at some inequalities. In example 1, we're asked to solve for x, graph the solution on a real number line. Then we're asked to write a verbal description of the subset of real numbers represented. And finally, we're going to write the solution using interval notation. So let's get started. To solve for x, we're going to isolate the x. We're going to get x by itself. We'll eliminate minus 9 with plus 9 on both sides of the equation. Sorry, both sides of the inequality. Minus 9 and plus 9 eliminate each other. 2x is less than or equal to negative 10. Next, we're going to get x by itself by dividing by 2 on both sides. Times 2 and divided by 2 eliminate each other. We have x is less than or equal to negative 5. So there's our solution. Now we're supposed to put this solution on a number line. We should always include 0 on a number line. And our solution is negative 5, so we'll put some value to the left of 0. You don't have to put a tick mark for every value. That'll be tedious and unnecessary, but we should always include 0, and we should always include the number as our boundary. So we're less than or equal to negative 5, so we use a solid closed dot. Remember, if that was just x is less than 5, we'd use an open circle. Okay, less than 5, numbers less than negative 5, point to the left. Remember, on a number line, when you're comparing values, numbers on the left are less, numbers on the right are greater. So there's our graphical representation. Now we need to give a verbal description.
So
we could just translate literally, and we could say x is less than or equal to 5, negative 5. And that's certainly okay. A way that you might see it written sometimes in textbooks or quizzes or tests or things of that nature, you might see x is no more than negative 5.
Transition / computer.
It's another way to say the same thing verbally.
We could do the computer.
Last but not least, we need to write interval notation. So we're going to take a look, and you can see in the graph we're going off to the left towards negative infinity. So we use open interval notation for negative infinity, so we can never include the point negative infinity. And the right side endpoint is negative 5. That is included, so we'll use a closed bracket. Closed brackets include the endpoint. And parentheses do not include the endpoint. And that's how we can use interval notation. And that's it. That's all for example 1, part A. Now we're going to go on to part B. All right, please remember, anytime you're watching a video, it's okay to pause the video if you need some time to think about it or write something down. It's okay to rewind and watch something again. Let's go on to part B. First, we're supposed to solve for x. So we'll get rid of this plus 9. We'll get rid of the positive 9, subtracting 9 on each side. 27 minus 9 is 18. 9 minus 9 is 0. Eliminate each other, and we're left with negative 3x. So 18 is less than negative 3x. Now, we'll divide both sides by negative 3. Times negative 3 divided by negative 3, eliminate each other. We're going to have negative 6. We're running out of room here, so I'm going to move our stuff over here. Negative 6 in x. We're going to have a little bit of a problem. You got to remember right here, when we divide both sides by a negative number, our inequality symbol gets reversed. So we can leave our solution as it is. Negative 6 is greater than x. Or we can rewrite it with the variable on the left side. If negative 6 is greater than x, x is less than negative 6. We reverse the symbol again when rewriting to get our variable on the left. Now let's draw a graph. Indicate where 0 is and negative 6. See, x is less than negative 6, but not equal to. So we use an open circle. We'll not color it in. And less than is pointing to the left. That's it. Our verbal description will be straightforward. X is less than 6. Sorry, x is less than negative 6. And finally, our interval notation. Once again, we're pointing up to negative infinity. So negative infinity will be the left-hand end of our interval, and the right-hand interval will be -6. Since we're not equal to -6, we'll use the open interval notation. Well, thanks for watching the video. I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, please bring them to class or seminar, or before school or after school. Good luck with your practice problems.